Hello and welcome everyone to another week of Say My Name podcast. Today is Sunday. I am sitting down. Next week is school. This is my first time trying homeschool. Let me adjust my camera a little bit more because I like for it to be centered. I think that's better. This is a different scenery or background or whatever. I'm literally outside on my back porch. So getting right into it, this week's topic is white people saying nigga. Now, I have just dropped the N-bomb, and with that being said, okay, wanted to make sure that I was on point. So yeah, this week's topic is white people saying nigga. I usually have a lot of subtitles or subtopics under, my topic, but I feel like this one is pretty basic and to the point where you don't need to, there's nothing really to add on, you know what I mean? But that's just my opinion. But the one that I always do too, but the only thing I came up with is it and when is it okay? Well, I guess that is too. Is it okay and when is okay? Okay, there we go. So with that being said, my opinion is no, never, not ever. It's not okay for white people to say nigga. But with that being said, I might contradict myself a little because I'm not going to say it's ever okay for them, but I will understand if it slips up. Now, slip up, I get it. But the only time I will get it, and I had if I can get me, like I say always, if I can get me another guest to come in and speak their piece on whatever I talk about, I will. But I'm gonna bring up a couple things that someone else brought up to me that made sense. But with that being said, it's never okay for the white people to say nigga, and the only reason why I say that because everybody know I'm pro-black, and very pro-black, and I feel like the root of the word, the way it comes from, the history that we've been taught of the word. It's not okay. It's not ever, a good thing. With that being said, I try to use the word less myself. However, subconsciously, because of my upbringing, I say it. Depending on, who I'm around or what I'm doing. Not to say I switch up, but at the same time, if I'm around different crowds of people, I do notice within myself, I do switch up. Whatever. But like I said, I just contradicted myself. But with that being said, I want to grow. I want to evolve and be a better me. So like I said, I can get around my cousins and them, and I'm cussing every other word is a cuss word or whatever, because that's just kind of, I don't know, some switch in my brain just go click. But that's not, like I said, I ain't gonna say that's natural to me, but it's just it's normal to me. But I'm trying to do what's not. I'm trying to do what's not normal. Right, not normal, and do things not within my comfort zone, out of my comfort zone. So with that being said, the only time I think it is okay, I'm gonna be honest, I have one homeboy, and I have to shout him out, Charlie. We say each other's name all extra, but with that being said, Charlie is one person. I feel crazy to call him Charlie. I'd be like Charlie, but anyways. I got him saving my phone as that too. But anyways, he listens to rap music. When Charlie pull up on you, yo, what's up, baby? Da 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 da. And I never heard him use the N-word. I never heard him use the N-word. I have asked him about, how he feel about it, and he said to me, no, I don't use it. I'm not using that word. And I want to ask him if I'm gonna see if I can get him to speak on, his perception on why he ever, he never used it, and maybe ask him, have he ever experienced anything with using it? Like maybe he used the word before and it got confrontation. I don't know, but from my understanding, we've been friends for, my daughter is 6. We've probably been friends about 3-4 years now, if not 3 years, 4. But with that being said, it's definitely been over 3 years. It's definitely been about like 4 years now. I think about like 4 years. So with that, maybe 5. Not important. But yeah, so with that being said, it's like, I agree with him, but in the day, he's one person, if he used the word, I will understand, because he has a white mom, has a white dad. I think his upbringing was kind of ghetto, but that's just from what I know within the 5 years I've known him. And when I say ghetto, Y'all know what I mean. So I get that people grow up in these environments, and like I said, subconsciously that's just what you hear. And that goes back to a point. Someone said, somebody was like, it's a lot of flags out here. I have no idea why. But anyway, with that being said, you have a lot of people, like, I ain't gonna lie, you got these white, I'm ready to touch somebody film. You have these white women that have black baby daddies, and they just feel so, I want to be included now. I used to always feel like that, but I never had proof of that. But just recently, I met a girl, and we're gonna call this girl Bridget, because we use fake names. We don't give nobody no clout. We don't do no, we don't give nobody no credit on here that doesn't deserve it. So with that being said, Bridget comes up to me while I'm working this new job. She seems so sweet and so, timid. She got on these long lashes, no fake nails, no nothing, just long lashes. So maybe, she do makeup thing. Didn't think nothing of it. Not the way she was dressing, nothing like she. But I'm talking to her, and I forgot what the point of the conversation was, but she says, I love ghetto. I'm like, what? You sound retarded. But like I said, I didn't say anything because I knew she was young. So with that being said, and then I'm in a new area too. So the area that I was in is predominantly white. And if you are black, you got white people in your family. And when I say white people in your family, you got somebody married into the family. Like, that's how much it is. That's how common it is in that area that I was in. So with that being said, she's like, I love ghetto. I'm like, bitch, you sound crazy. So I changed the subject because I'm uncomfortable at this point. Not to say I'm uncomfortable like I'm scared, but I'm uncomfortable because you rubbing me the wrong way. So anyway, back to the point. She proceeds to, get close to me, talk to me and everything like that. We had another conversation, and like I said, I'm very pro-black now. I don't call white people the C word unless I'm angry with them, which kind of goes to the point where I don't like white people using the N-word, because if I use that C word, I am angry. You did something to piss me off, and I'm just acting out of anger. Now, I'm not saying it's okay that I do it, but I definitely will call you. Yeah, I'll do that if I'm angry. But with that being said, back to Bridget. She has a conversation with me, and she said something about, and I hate when people do this too. I hate when white people do this. Oh well, yeah, I think I got a little black in me. Hey, you paler than my hand. Tell me something. I think I got a little. Shut the fuck up. If you white, be white. Not to say, oh, you have to think you're superior, but if you want to accept the black culture and black people, or be sympathetic, empathetic, whatever, give a fuck about, the black people and what they go through, just be that. Just be that. And this whole hopping on the bandwagon, I hate it because they do too much. Now, with that being said, going back to the point, so one day we were sitting up there talking about baby daddies. I feel like it's a black people thing, but we talking about baby daddies, and she was like, yeah. We did have a conversation about our children, but I never asked what race he was, because I was afraid she was going to say black, and I was afraid that I was going to judge her based off of that, because she really gave me the vibe like she wanted to be black so bad. She's like, yeah, my baby daddy pissed me off one time so bad I called him an N-word. But me, I'm in my own zone. Is another person here. She's in the middle. I'm right here trying to zone her out, because like I said, when I go to certain places, or when I'm in certain environments, if I'm coming to work, or if I'm coming to do a project, or if I'm in a place of business of any sort, if I'm going to get my food, I want to be serious, focused, and to the point. So I'm on my focus zone, trying to ignore her because she's like talking. Okay, this was a place to work. I just aired that out. I'm at work. So that's another reason why I carried it the way I carried it too, because it's work, it's my money. I don't want to lose over no BS. But that's not bullshit. I'll smack a motherfucker for that. I swear I will. We're gonna fight. So with that being said, and I will use fighting words, and that's you gonna feel it or understand it or get my point when I say I will use fighting words just to provoke you if I'm in that type of environment that I want to secure myself, so I can be like, oh yeah, I had to retaliate. But with that being said, she's like, yeah, one time he pissed me off so bad I had to call him an N-word. And I said, I know she talking to me like I said I'm ignoring her. And I said, what you just say just now? She was like, yeah, I call him a nigga. I said, I went like this, like looking around, like no lie. I'm like, no, that's not right. That's not right. She was like, yes, it is. Bitch, no, the fuck you didn't just say yes. Yes, it is. So she's like, yes, it is. Yes, it is. I said, well, bitch, you need to know who the fuck you laying down with before you lay down with him. How about that? You know, like, and that was a thing to make me trigger her. You know what I mean? Just to get her to be rowdy back with me. Now, granted, I shouldn't have shot back at her, but I really wanted to do more. But at the end of the day, I'm proud of myself for speaking up. But then another part of me is mad because I ain't haul off and smack the shit out. I should have back smacked her because I don't even work there anymore, and I end up leaving the job anyway. But with that being said, it proves my point. People use racist terms and stuff. Racial slurs, that's the word I'm looking for. People will use racial slurs out of anger to provoke a person. Now with that being said, don't use it at all. Don't even think of it. But like I said, going back to the Charlie situation, you've been brought up, you've been around ghetto motherfuckers, 80% of your life. Not to say he ain't been around, because I don't know how he was brought up like younger, which I know he got black, white family members, but Charlie from the sticks, so he ain't like, he might be red. He did say he was redneck white, but I just don't think. But he did say he like redneck white or whatever, but at the end of the day, he hang with, and been around a lot of crazy stuff or whatever, but at the end of the day, he listened to rap music. So I don't know what he do when he hear that song playing. Do he say nigga in his head or what? But there was a point somebody made to me that a white person says nigga, especially if they listen to this rap music. They definitely saying, and I get it. They are. And I mean, I'm so happy and I'm so proud to be black as I am. I will be honest and say when I was younger, I've gotten bullied. I guess it is bullied. I got bullied for having a big nose. I got bullied saying that I had big lips. I got bullied because my skin is too dark. Now, I don't know what it is or how it happened, but I have been brought into this whole woke up, type of environment to where now there's a good thing. And that's why I feel like I'm so passionate about it now, because it's just like when I was growing up, it wasn't a good thing to be dark skinned. Everybody like, ooh, melanin, ooh, you look so good. Which it kind of got to the point where people were like, oh, you cute to be dark skinned. Which I learned that that's not appropriate or that's not cool to say. Just like people like, oh, you a cute big girl, you cute to be big or whatever like that. It's one of them type of sayings or whatever. But either way, with that being said, because I'm going to wrap it up and I'm going to make it quick because I'm always talking to myself, but I know somebody's going to watch this video. Now, the people who I hope to reach out to this video are the younger people, which are like teenagers, the older ones. I mean, please stop allowing y'all friends to say nigga and call y'all nigga, because it's just like, this is a story for another day about slavery. But if our ancestors went through so much, been drugged down, broke down, behind that word, they got to be rolling over in their graves. It's just like, you got a grandma. If you love your grandma, and your grandma always say, what can I say? I don't even know what kind of example. I'll make a dumb example. Like, if you love your grandma to death, and your grandma always say, oh, well, I had to go hungry every night to feed you. But no, I couldn't do something for you, and I couldn't do for myself because I had to do for you. And then you get older and you kind of just abuse the fact that you had this freedom. Like, say black people couldn't drive or something, just for a dumb example. Oh, your grandma couldn't drive, then all of a sudden you get the opportunity to drive, and you like, fuck it, I don't want to learn how to drive, fuck that driving shit. Like, damn, your grandma couldn't even do it, but you got the opportunity to do it. Shouldn't you do this in honor of them, or shouldn't you do this in respect of them? Shouldn't you do this just to kind of be like, look, I know if she was here, she would want to do this. She always wanted to drive, but she couldn't do it because it just was illegal. You know what I mean? So with that being said, I feel like the teenagers are allowing these white motherfuckers to do that. And it's like, And then I feel like there's a lot of Uncle Tom black motherfuckers out there like, oh, it's just the word, it's just the word. Granted, I get it, it's just the word. Granted, I get it. Well, it's not just the word. It's the history behind the word for me. But with that being said, you got people like, oh, black people act like niggas, or black people do this. Like, bitch, it's more than that. And I'm using a lot of vulgar words, but at the end of the day, yeah, it is like that. Like, dude, yeah, we are who we are and we do what we do, but it's not all of us. But at the end of the day, who's taking the responsibility to help change that or help bridge that gap so we're not like that? We're not looked at as that. So, with that being said, you know, what I always want to do in my videos is not point out the problem, but also point out the solution. And with that being said, I feel like a solution to this is when we around that white person that's too comfortable, call them on their shit. Not to say, you know, do what I did and insult that girl and tell her, you know, yeah, with your dumb ass and, you know, slept with that black man or whatever the case may be. And not just necessarily take that aggressive route, which I should have been more aggressive. That's why I choked on my spit. But it shouldn't be to take that aggressive route, but to educate those people. When I say educate those people, like, hey, look, that's not cool. That's not cool. And the reason why it's not cool because, yeah, this is 2022, but at the end of the day, you gotta be mindful that that was something that was disrespectful or, you know, used to take advantage of people. You know what I mean? Just like anything else they fans, people be like, oh, well, it was legal to, you know, F a 14-year-old girl back in the day, so we gonna still do it now? Come on, dog. It's not okay. It's not okay, and I guess it might be looked at as a double standard thing or whatever, but like that's a whole nother ballgame because I feel like some people just so gross. But yeah, man, I'm not for it, but I feel like we need to speak up as people, and even white people. If you're one of them people that, you know, I want to say empathize. I don't want people to be sorry, like, oh, I'm so sorry, you gotta go through it. Just understand that that's aggressive. That's aggressive. Like, that's just like cussing somebody. That's just like using the B word, which I know a lot of people find it, you know, the B word like very offensive. Like, oh, you call me I'm ready to fight because you're calling me out. You're calling me a punk or whatever. So just like that, if you hear your white friends doing that, it's, you know, call them on it. You know, it's nothing to fight about verbally or physically, but look at me. But yeah, it's nothing to fight about verbally or physically. Just educate people. Just inform them. Just let them know. Just keep them, you know, to the point where, hey, you can do that. I don't want to be involved or around you when you're doing that. But other than that, just know that's not cool. It's not cool because X, Y, and Z, and keep it pushing. Which is what I wanted to do. I had another person, Queen Toffee was the one I told about the situation, and I'm so happy to be, you know, around the people that I'm around and involved in. But even she told me, she was like, because I was like, man, if I see this girl, because I was at the job, being ghetto, because that's naturally me. That's something in the tree. Like, I'm out here, and you know, some noise, you got to love to see. But anyways, with that being said, it's like you I was like, yeah, if I see her on the street, I'm definitely gonna say something to her. I'm gonna, you know, probably, I don't know, spit on her. I ain't gonna lie, I'm like, I'm gonna spit on her or something. But she was like, why would you do that? It's over, it's done with, you know, let it go at this point. So with that being said, that's like 100% true. Like, it's done, it's over with. I said what I said. Whether I got through to her or not, I doubt if I got through to her, because Shawty's ignorant. She's fucking ignorant. But whether you get through to that person or not, you did your part. The only thing you can do is separate yourself so you can elevate, because if you sit up there and try to help somebody understand, you only holding yourself in this stagnant position. Whether you sitting up there doing it in a positive way or doing it in a negative way, you still gonna be right there with them. Just say your piece, keep on moving. And that makes you, and I mean, in my opinion, like I said, y'all know I'm big on karma. That makes you grow. That brings you a peace. That put a little goodness in your heart. That bring your good karma around, because you, like I said, you did your piece and you keep it moving. But anyways, with that being said, like I said, guys, it is Sunday. I'm gonna see if I can get some guests on here to speak on, you know, my opinion on that. I know y'all love when it's just me alone talking, so y'all can watch me talk. Cause who doesn't love when I talk? But anywho's, I'm definitely gonna get some people to come on, and we always respect each other's opinions, because it's just an opinion, and at the end of the day, we all got our own lives to live. So whoever comes on, if they don't even, see, or if their perception isn't the same as yours, like I said, we still respect them. As I was just saying, we give our sprinkler opinion or a sprinkler of knowledge and keep it moving. So like I said, these guys, hopefully they come on. If not, it will be just me. That's true. And lastly, I need to stop saying lastly, if you ever want to be a guest participant or a speaker piece, please email me or hit me up on social media. Facebook, Lisa Gregory. I know there are a lot of Lisa Gregory's, so I will tag it in this video. I am known as Karma Health. That's KarmaHealth _ on Instagram. And lastly, I will always try to be positive, but if I am wrong, please call me on my shit. But with that being said, this is Lalicia Say My Name Bitch podcast, where what we say ain't for play, and no matter your position in life, we all gonna elevate. I say.